Yo, what's going on? This is Shang and this is Savage AF, man. We're gonna be starting off. Pedro's gonna jump in. Black Pedro will jump in. Waiting for some of y'all to jump in. We're definitely gonna talk about the stuff that is going on in America, especially right now. My question is Trump the Teflon Don? Is he really above the law? Because I think he is. I don't think he's going to jail. I don't think that none of that's gonna happen. I don't think that any of it. Are you kidding me? None of it's going to happen. So we shall see. We shall see what's happening, what it popping, what it. I doubt it. I don't know what y'all think. Tell me what you think when you come into the feed, and let me know what you think. Because I don't think he is. I think that. Okay, I see some people. What's up, Damani Jones? I think he's not going to jail. I think that I was right. I offered y'all $2,000 each that this wasn't going to happen. But Savage, yeah, make sure you subscribe to the channel. You see the subscribe rolling down at the bottom. All right. And you know what our thing is? F your feelings. Facts matter. Okay. And make sure you subscribe to the channel. All right. I'm sorry I had to stop and start again, but we back. Let's go. Let's get it going. Savage AF. That's how we do. Yo, what's going on? Shang in the building. Hey, you know what it is, man? Savage AF. This is how we do. Savage AF. Black Pedro jumping in. Make sure that there he is. I literally had to restart it. So you hear. Pedro, are you all right? Okay. Yeah, I didn't know.
Sorry, yeah, I'm fine.
All right, yo. I just put a couple little quick things in there. But it's Savage AF. We here for you at 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Make sure you tell your friends, and their friends, and your ex, your side pieces, your lovers, your whatever you're doing with, to subscribe to the channel. Now, I know that a lot of people go, where would I subscribe to the channel? Well, it's scrolling right there. It's right there. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And when you get to the channel, what are you supposed to do? What are they supposed to do? What?
Subscribe, notify, click
the bell. Make sure you click
all
the bell.
the bells.
Also, I know I had to restart the show. I was like, man, what happened with the thing? It glitched on me like a month. All right. Also, with that, now y'all got thumbs.
Glitch happens, my nigga. Glitch happens.
See these thumbs? Use your thumbs and give us these thumbs. Some of those thumbs right there. Now, you know what? There's other stuff that's going on. Pedro knows. We need this thing that ends with Graham, starts with Insta. And I think
I call it the egg, but
the egg.
Literally, it's the only way comedians are able to eat. Listen, for the price of one follow a day, you could feed a comedian. Where's Sarah McLachlan when you need her? But here's the thing. If you don't follow us on Instagram, we'll rob your house, okay? It's either follow us or we follow you home.
Follow Black Pedro or Home Invasion. I've never seen that option. That's like going up to a girl, go out with me or Home Invasion.
Exactly.
And also,
or your mama's jewelry.
Exactly. Comedian Shang, like, why does he have on my mama's ring? Because I told you what it was, woman. Also, make sure you follow both myself, Black Pedro, and if you want to check us out live before we jump into the show here, boom, we're going to be in Brea. That's right, the Comedy Hit Squad. Cody looked like you want to sing R&B.
Girl, you know it's true.
Yeah, so we got Jason Rogers, myself, Black Pedro, Cody Woods, April 2nd, Sunday, April 2nd at 7 p.m. at the Brea Improv. Make sure you tell your friends. If you want to get on the free guest list, DM myself at Comedian Shang or at Black Pedro.
You know what it is.
All right, now.
Hey, cheers to everybody. I know I've been dry, at least on the show, for a while, but Cheers, everybody.
Also, now I don't know if you
time.
saw the name of the show is Trump Teflon Don, and I told y'all I'd give y'all $2,000 each if he went to jail today, if he got arrested today. So what happened?
We knew he wasn't gonna get arrested today. That was
well,
that was hoi polloi. It was a ruse.
Y'all owe me money. Y'all owe me money.
Now I really don't feel like anybody in the feed bought into that bet there, Shane. But whatever.
Hold up, man. Hold up. Wait. You don't think they did? Nobody in the feed wanted $2,000.
Hey man, what it is? So speaking of Trumpty Dumpty arrestment, whatever. His boy, the actual anal cavity that Trump lives in and occupies, much like Putin does Ukraine. You know that Trumpty Dumpty, he's Vladimir Putin's anal tampon.
Wow.
That's his overseer, lord, and master. And much like Trumpty Dumpty, we did see at the end of last week Vladimir Putin get indicted by the International Crimes Court or Criminal Court, ICC, for war crimes, specifically around the basically trafficking of Ukrainian children out of Ukraine and into Russia. I'm just seeing similar patterns of these dudes. You know, Trumpty Dumpty wants to be Vladimir. And at this point, Vladimir is on the run from international courts for war crimes.
Vladimir, they posted.
So where Trump going to end up?
They about to
like, so what we doing today?
That's Trump and Putin.
They're just rolling up. They have to drive through a Jack in the Box. Like, let's get this number 2.
And is anybody surprised that really Putin's like, I'm not going nowhere.
But and the funny part is, so Russia is already like, we don't recognize this international court shit. We're not a signatory to it. You know what I mean? Like, Russia never signed on to this shit. So they're like, fuck your court. And, I feel like Trumpty Dumpty, wants to and does the same things here, except this isn't an international crimes court. This is Manhattan, nigga. Like, you might have to show up.
I don't think he's gonna do it. I don't think. He's too big.
I think Kevin Keith may have caught you in a bit of a caveat here, sharing a bit of a loophole. He said Donald Trump from Inglewood got arrested on a drunk stop last night on Manchester.
Hey man, don't be trying to use a little trickiness.
You didn't say which Donald Trump.
Okay. So Donald Trump, horrible, twice indicted. Twice impeached, pussy grabber ex-president is. And again, he's.
But I believe Donald Trump from Inglewood was a pussy grabbing ex-president of
you know what?
the Inglewood Pussy Grabber Club. He was president of the Inglewood Pussy Grabber Club, and got so.
Y'all know the motherfucker I'm talking about.
You got to be specific with these niggas, man. They want their money.
Give
me the money, Lebowski.
We're talking about this motherfucker right here. All right.
Okay.
So that's what we talking about. We ain't talking about
picture is included. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, see the picture's included, so y'all know who it is. Now, I think that I won the money.
Give me the money, Lebowski.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a big Lebowski fan. I'm a big Lebowski fan.
Now, I'm gonna ask at the people here. You think that he's a Teflon Don?
So I had lunch with one of my homies. He's into politics. Y'all know him. Sean Shaw. He's been on the show. He makes fun of my hairline all the time, but whatever. He's still a friend. But he was kind of in your boat, Shang. He's like, I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah,
I'm like, man, come on, we got to believe.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Trump is laughing at us right now, even though he's still a loser. Don't get it twisted. He's still a loser. But the bottom line is, and Biden, even though he tries to act like he about that life, Biden acts like he about that life. He ain't. He ain't. The end of the day, all y'all people that said I was wrong, all y'all, first off, all y'all, everybody, suck my dick. Because I was right. Y'all said he was gonna do, oh, he's going to jail, he's gonna be in handcuffs, he's gonna be there. None of that shit. That motherfucker. In fact, this is the wild shit he did. One, Putin threatened, you don't want none of this smoke. He looked at Putin, that's him looking over at us like, you ain't gonna do shit. And
Now, I will say that my homie, who is also a lawyer as well as a politician,
okay,
I was like, it's too many cases against Trump. And he's like, and none of them is stuck yet. And I was like, God damn it, you sound like Shane.
yeah. And
I don't
today,
know.
I wanted to let you know, today, you know what he did? Trump's chilling warning of what will happen after his indictment. There'll be blood in the streets and there'll be war.
But okay. So we'll get to the blood and war in a second, but these are conflicting ideas, right? Like either he's going to be arrested or he's not. But Trumpty Dumpty is out here like they're coming for me Tuesday. They're gonna come on Thursday. They'll be here next week. The Ides of March, and it's like, all right, bro. And then he's like, and here's what you do after they arrest me. But
Right.
some of us but like you don't think he's going to get arrested at all. And I'm like, he's already prepping his crowd for when he does. So I don't know. I'm like, he thinks he's going to be arrested. Right?
Yes.
Isn't that okay? So why don't you at this point, I guess? If he believes he's going to be arrested.
Okay, the reason I think
it's because his lawyer think
he likes to say stuff to prep things to get people. He's a reactionary president. He likes to do that. So I think he's just saying that. So just in case he gets arrested. But I didn't just say arrested, indicted, and held accountable for all of the crimes that he committed. Forget just New York City because
convicted. You mean convicted. You want conviction.
I want conviction
and sentencing.
because there's no accountability. If he goes in there and they let his ass go, or they're afraid. Now, I'm going to say what Chris Rock said. Chris Rock said that arresting Trump is like arresting Tupac when he was alive. Are you crazy? Are y'all crazy? No, because Trump, this fat orange cunt stick, is a different ball game than Tupac. And that's our next topic's going to be about that too, because I'm really, I love our people, but we're going to talk about it. And Pedro, jump in. So I personally think that one, everybody in this feed owe me $2,000, and I want my fucking money. All right, I want my fucking money.
Wait, each person in the feed
I
owes
told
you
them that I would give them $2,000 each if Trump was arrested, indicted, and convicted. Guess what? It ain't happened. So all y'all owe me money, and I'm gonna see you in these streets. And if you don't give me my money, guess what happens? Black Pedro runs over you with his car.
That's not gonna happen, guys.
That's not gonna happen. All right.
My insurance, my insurance doesn't cover that. That's all.
Oh shit, it doesn't.
It's not about desire. It's just like I don't have the coverage for intentional auto murder. But
okay. And wow, why are y'all attacking me? Shane, can you still get it up? Nah, I need. Can I still get it up? The fuck are you talking about? All right.
I think you may have offered some man meat to some.
I didn't offer nobody. I didn't offer nobody in this feed. None of you women. I didn't offer none of y'all no dick. That is not true. Now, if you want it, you can get it. I mean, don't. There's
a Negro. Literally, Cam is blending into the TV or the whatever that is, and it looks like just a pair of feet.
That was Cameron.
Or the bookcase or whatever.
Cameron, aka Pimp Daddy Licious. He been listening to nothing but pimp music lately. Like, let me tell you something. You bitches.
It's just too short and big shine.
Yeah. That's all he been listening to. And now he.
What's my favorite word?
Yeah, I mean, and you know what? By the way, Pedro's from the city that actually spawned pimps. I don't know if y'all know that or not. Yes, he absolutely.
Is Detroit really the birthplace of pimping?
Detroit is the birthplace of pimps. Like when they were growing pimps in the field of pimpdom, it was a bunch of. They put a bunch of pimpery. Right, they put a bunch of purple gators into the ground,
And
and,
then
and pimps grew up.
Pink Gators. Oh, Lady Hazel
Oh
May
wait,
said,
oh that's why.
Shang, you told us to suck your dick. And actually she's like, she wanna see this meat he told us to suck. So hey, looks like we've got a
All right,
customer.
well I tell you what.
So you mean there's a
I'm gonna
chance?
hit you on the end. I'm gonna hit you on that, and yeah. No, the reason I said y'all to suck my dick is because all the
Hmm,
people that have been telling me that, well, Trump will be in jail for by a year from now. That was 2.5 years ago. He got away with 2 impeachments because the Republicans and the right wing and white people
they did not convict.
are absolutely sheeple, and
They did not
they're
convict.
part of the cult. It
They
did
did
not
not.
happen. The emoluments clause that he was supposed to be going to jail for because he was making money off the White House. Nothing happened. His kids were making money off the White House. Nothing happened. He asked for 1,000 in Georgia, and we
Mhm.
heard him. Nothing happened.
Bogus.
So what y'all talking about? So I'm gonna go circle back to, yeah. Everybody can suck my dick. Now
That's a
that's
lot
what.
of people.
Yeah, that's a lot of people. Not everybody. Well,
But
all of
Lady
our
Hazel May wants to go first, so we appreciate it. Need more like you.
okay.
Um,
What the
but yeah, I mean, I don't think this is. I don't think he's untouchable. Your boy,
he is. He's
these are
untouchable.
panic mode moves. It's like they're coming to get me. Everybody, stand outside, go protest, set everything on fire, take back your country because I think the walls are closing in. Man, I really do. I know,
Okay,
I don't know for sure,
so you
but I
think he's
do
gonna be
believe.
in jail?
Yeah, I think he's gonna get some kind of jail time for one of these things.
You know what I think he's gonna be do? Partying. He ain't gonna.
He gonna do it in jail. That's gonna be. Those are the two dicks he's gonna be jacking off.
What?
In jail. Yeah, he's like,
He could be double fisting it.
yeah, those are
Prison.
his two roommates, and he's like, hey guys, let's just be nice.
All right, I apologize for saying that everybody sucked my dick. I was really ghetto and ratchet, and I apologize. I've been watching a lot of like really bad ghetto shit, and it's stuck in my head. If
That was
anybody,
really he was really just talking to Lady Hazel May and any trolls
yeah, yeah,
and other
yeah.
and
No, it's
trolls
the
get in
trolls. Our
line.
trolls.
Lady Hazel is first.
I want y'all to know our trolls, and I just want to say this to the trolls. We appreciate you because the more you watch it, the more our numbers go up. So keep trolling.
You know what? Also, I do want to point out that Lady Hazel May, it sounds like one of the most conservative black
Women.
Southern names ever, right? Like she's like, and now coming to the pulpit, Lady Hazel May, and
Lady
she's like,
Hazel May.
everybody turn your Bible to.
Why
But as soon
why
as
is her hand shaking?
she's clutching a person, yeah, she got
She
either the
had
sugars or
the shakes.
something.
And now
It's
y'all got
like
Breezy J
everybody.
telling, well, whip it out. Let's see what you're working with. Women
Look,
always do that. Why don't
y'all,
you whip your fleshy taco out? You
look at
cavernous.
y'all.
Yeah, you
Soon as the
cavernous.
church get hot, y'all
I
like,
know
well,
you
pull out some
cavernous
dick, good
whores.
Lord.
That's what y'all are, you cavernous whores. All right, so no.
Y'all Lady Hazel May is like, where the dick at, fellas? Where the dick at? She's like, this is my jack off hand, fellas come through. It's
Yeah.
like, all
So
right, Lady Hazel May, I
I'm
see you.
sorry, feed. We got a little out of line. But no,
Yeah,
the reason I wanted
that's
to say that is because I really do think that even though I think he's one of the most pathetic people on the planet, to be
absolutely.
honest with you, he has the backing of these type of people. And these type of people are committed. They do not give a fuck about reality.
They're highly committed.
Yes. and
Highly.
and I think that no and white people have a tendency to what happened to the metaverse broadcast? I don't know what happened. It says Facebook. Are we good?
Oh, here, let me see if I can add that real quick.
We should be
Add
good.
that. Oh, man, let's go. All right.
No, it
I
wasn't.
I tried to, okay. I think we're back on Meta. We're better on Meta and
Yeah, we're
YouTube.
back on better. But I want to reiterate. Now, I get everybody in the feed. You do owe me $2,000, but I'll wait. I'll wait a little
Damn,
bit longer. In fact, I'll
you
move.
guys shouldn't
I'll
have
move the
taken that bet.
goalpost. I'll move the goalpost.
Okay. What are you, white?
Biden. What are you? What are you? The white society?
What are you, a Republican? Come on, Jim.
I will give y'all till next week, next Tuesday, and let's see.
Wait, to pay up?
No,
Oh.
we're gonna do the bet.
Okay.
Nothing will happen to Trump, and Trump will not be in prison in any way, shape, or form, or arrested or indicted by next Tuesday. He said this Tuesday, and he did threaten that if I'm arrested, I will rub my orange Cheeto face on all of your kids' faces. Yeah, something like yeah. But I mean, ain't nobody gonna show up. And by the way, ain't nobody scared of Putin. Actually, I am. I am. So I know I really do think
he going to jail too.
No, he ain't going to jail.
Yeah, right. I'm like, what is that? That's kind of silly. Like, well, it's not silly. I mean, they're right. The International Crimes Court, but how do you Vladimir Putin is not gonna be like, I heard y'all wanted to arrest me.
Yeah.
And you're not about to roll up on the Kremlin
not gonna just
and go get
come
this
up here. You ain't gonna roll up in my house.
What is this? What is
it ain't gonna be like he's gonna be up in there like Belly. You want to test me? Come test me now. No, ain't nobody.
It's like my boycott of the NFL. The NFL's like, really, nigga?
Really?
Right,
Pedro. They go, okay, Pedro.
We just upped our prices on jerseys.
Okay, Pedro, go watch your Wolverines or whatever.
Exactly. Like, what do you do on
Sunday? And we'll handle this.
Smoke your weed and catch up on your shows.
Yeah, okay. But Breezy J says most of us in agreement with you, therefore no bet. No, there was a lot of people that didn't agree with me. No, that's not true.
Wait, most of y'all think Trump is not going to jail at all? Like nothing's gonna happen.
So who's wrong? I said it about Pedro, but nobody believed me. Everybody was like, "No,
nobody's right yet. Therefore, nobody's wrong
absolutely
yet.
Right. He's not going to jail. Stop it. Stop it. You know what? He's gonna be behind your house partying with hoes.
Well, he can have those hoes. The dicks he's jacking up. Yeah, man. I don't know. I really do believe he is going to. Shane, you wanted to move into another topic.
Yeah,
and then I do have something I want to share with y'all as well. But
the next topic is this, and this is gonna make a lot of Black people mad. Do Black people need reformed?
Wait, need to be reformed? Need to be reformed?
Need to be reformed, yeah. But just you fix the banner, shit. I'll fix it.
I'll fix it. But either way, what do you mean reformed?
Okay.
Like, what do you mean by that? Like,
what do you mean? Okay, I will explain.
Explain.
It's like we need the police to be reformed from the standpoint of how they interact with Black people. I believe Black people need to be reformed on how we interact with each other. We are, unfortunately, when you look at Black Twitter, when you look at Black infighting, when you look at Black on Black, I'm not saying that all crime is crime on crime, but Black on Black crime. We just don't big each other up and react the way we should as a people that are on the bottom rung. We continue to perpetuate the same shit. If you look at situations where Black people get mad about the wrong shit, like, yo, man, we got our backstabbers or haters. We need to minimize that amount of people. And I think we need reform. I think Black people need to be reformed, and we need to commit together and stop acting like crabs in a barrel. So I don't know if anybody agrees with me, but it's true.
Well, I wouldn't call it a reformation in that sense, but I think we're essentially saying the same thing. But I would just call it like a re-education. The crab in the barrel mentality, which is real and I've experienced, is learned behavior. It was taught and beaten into us. Colorism was beaten into us, right? Like the brown paper bag test, things like that. So the self-hate is something that it's a part of, it's a byproduct of, it's you know,
Willie
kind of
Lynch.
the main
Oh no,
product,
the Willie
honestly,
Lynch
of
syndrome. If you go with the Willie Lynch
but of
syndrome,
yeah, of white supremacy. So white supremacy comes with the negation of everything else that isn't white. Like that's the idea is that white is better than everything else. And then more than anybody else, black people being the opposite and most and the darkest relative to white skin. You know,
well, I don't know. No,
no, I'm just saying we become within that construct, we become the worst of it, right? The bottom
right.
of the totem
Now,
pole.
read what
So
Lady Hazel May said.
she says, Shang, I agree. My brother just said this. He's 67. He said we treat each other worse than anyone else. And all I'm saying is I agree with both of you. I'm just saying it's a learned behavior, right? That isn't inherent to our nature, but it's part of the construct of trying to survive in a white supremacist, but
But
in a
why
white
not? Why
supremacist
not?
society,
No, I
right?
think that it's not white. There's a certain
So
point where you,
I'm not saying it's justified. I'm just saying this is why. I'm explaining like we treat each other like shit because we've been taught to, because we've been told we ain't shit. And you know, a lot of times the messages are step on your shitty brother so that you could be better than shit. You know what I mean? So it's just part of the construct. We need, I mean, reformation, reform. You know, for me, I'd like to call it re-educated, but I think that's why they fight against wokeism or critical race theory and things like that now. It's really not, I don't think that they are afraid that their children are going to feel bad. Well, and maybe it is, but I think another major part of it is that they don't ever want black people to be woke, to see, to be
well, no,
educated,
no, I hear you.
to know our true nature,
Right.
which would be on a human level, love. You know what I mean? And once we see that there is no white supremacy, we are everybody is equal,
Yeah.
then we would begin to treat each other like
But
that. But
but
unfortunately, we've been pit against each other, and
right.
uneducated niggas fall for that shit. Right? Like if you're not educated, if you're not aware of self, you're going to fall for that shit. Like you're going to rob niggas, right? You're going to terrorize your own neighborhood. You're going to sell crack to your own people because you have no awareness of your true
Okay, but what I'm saying,
of our true purpose, right? Of
so
a true purpose, whatever
well,
that
then
may
what
be.
we need to do is start getting on our people a little bit more constructively, not on some like, beat them under the ground because they already beat under the ground, but really push the narrative of us being a little bit more, you know, uh, tribal, honestly. And
Well, yeah, I mean, th- so the reality for me is that though it's like without the words are out there, you know what I mean? Like the things have been said to all the gangsters on the street, and you know, it's like the scene from the Mac where the dude is like, "Man, we gotta get rid of the pimps, the pushers, and the prostitutes, and then start all over again clean." And then on the Chronic album, they're like, "Niggas, you crazy," because like those are just words. And at the end of the day, there's no like infrastructure or programs or money to replace, you
then
know, the
that's
crack
what we
and the
need to
crime
start
and all
doing.
of that shit. So
Lady
like,
Hazel May
when you
responded
say,
to you.
she said, I don't think it's learned. I don't dislike any black people, but they're not friendly back to me like my black neighbors of at least 20 years. I do not know their names. You know, listen, I really do. I'm gonna disagree with you, Lady Hazelman. Is that I do think this is a learned behavior, and listen, we got to understand that
Yeah.
also some people are just weird, no matter what fucking color you are. Some people are introverts, whatever it may be, right? Like, you know, we can't. It's hard to know where everybody's at, especially if you after 20 years still haven't really conversed with them or gotten to know them at all. But when we're talking about this larger construct, you know, outside of you and your neighbor's relationship, but when we talk about this larger construct of black people hating each other, killing each other, fighting each other, selling drugs to each other, blah
Okay.
blah blah to each other. It is one of the many intended outcomes of white supremacy. Like it just
Okay.
is.
And
So
what I want to
and
say,
I,
no, I
and
hear
and,
you.
and that's
And
why it's
Lady Hazel
occurring. It's
May, the
not
reason
random.
I agree with Hazel May and your brother who you said is 67. I agree with them to a point. I think that the bottom line is we change the narrative. So if we change the narrative and we start speaking this into existence, just like we start trends when we start on Black Twitter or anything else. So I want us to start the trend of when I say reform, reform our thought process and way we think to change the whole system of how we put each other down, shoot each other down. Yo, I gotta go get that nigga. Fuck that nigga. And I see them act like little bitches. I'm gonna say this to all you thugs. You thugs, I don't see you act like that to white folks. I really don't. You the most bitch ass
It doesn't
motherfuckers
happen a
on the
lot.
planet. All right. I was on a show last night and there was somebody in the audience just ice grilling me. And I got a good joke off because I said, why do we act so mad with each other? Why, Nick, why do you wake up like, good morning, fuck the sun and breath and sunshine and friendship? Fuck all that. Like, we got to stop that unnecessary action, acting hard shit because it ain't fly. It kills me if people like, man, I did 20 years. That ain't fly. That's fucked up. I'm glad you out. I'm glad you out. I hope you still like pussy, but probably not after 20 years of man cakes in your face. But still, that's not fly to me. When I hear a black man talking about, yeah, I knocked that other black dude down, fuck it. Use a bitch, especially if there was no justification for it at all. Black
Lady
women,
Hayes,
yeah, always dissing us. Black men mad at black women. Black women mad at black men. Oh, if you ain't got no money, you got blah, blah, blah. Or she's a gold digger. But it's like all that shit.
all I'm saying is that that's a construct of white supremacy. It really is. And Lady Hayes, when they says black people are hateful, just like any other people, absolutely. But more specifically, well, okay. And so what I just amend that by saying like because you can't say black people are hateful,
Yeah.
just like any other people. It's like people can have hate within them, right? Like there's hate within all of us, right? But more specifically, we're talking about this intra conflict, right? Like why is there this intra black hate? Why do black people fight with each other, blah 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 over each other? And I'm just saying, in America, it's an inherent construct of white supremacy. Like tribes beefed in Africa because humans will always beef over resources. Race is a construct. Europeans used to fight each other. They didn't used to consider themselves white. They were Swedish, English, French, German, right? Italian, Spanish. Like they weren't white until they needed to subjugate black people from Africa. But in Africa, tribes fought and went to war. So like conflict among humans has always and will always occur.
Well, no, I agree.
America has specialized in the construct of race,
Right.
which
But
has
I'm
led
saying,
black people, descendants of Africans, to hate each other based on skin tone and
skin
hair
tone.
texture
Yeah, the
and blah
light
blah
skin,
blah.
dark skin, blah, blah, blah. All that. I agree with you. But what I'm saying to you is what I think we need to do, that's why I said, do black people need to be reformed? Is to actually start a narrative or a trend or make it fly or make it something that's hot that we do not act that way with each other and we do not even though the Chris Rock closing wasn't the best thing. I don't think it was the best thing when he said, I'm not want to fight in front of white people, the not
He
fighting.
didn't say that. He said,
That
"My mother told
told
me
me
you don't fight
don't
in
fight
front
in
of
front
white
of
people."
white people. My okay,
He didn't
you
say
know,
he didn't want to.
no, he
I'm
didn't want
sure
to.
he
Yeah,
wanted to.
he wanted to. I think that we need to start doing that more. I think we need to collectively, like as a comic, my one of my main things is trying to big up black comics, even when black comics don't big up me. And I did D Ray's night last night, and you know what that night's like. You already know.
Monday Rays,
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, and by far, it was
formerly Mo Better
more
Mondays,
better Mondays.
essentially.
And when I did the show, I could just see how everybody kind of acted towards each other. they didn't act towards me that way. I think because I'm an OG, there's a tendency to, act like we, we've been through the fire a little bit more, which we haven't. Everybody's going through fire, but um, I just want to see us being a little bit more collective and not. And I think we do need some kind of reform or the thought process of reform because
No
that's
doubt.
a way to put it. A reformation of like
Well, Lady Hazel made these people need it. She says she knows a couple of black people that can't stand being black or being around us and avoid most of us as much as possible. Listen, not all coons are from the same cage, right? But they definitely need reform. But that evidence, those people, Lady Hazel May, are they are the product of white supremacy. Like that, it's not just that white people are better, but it's meant to teach black people that not only are you worse, but you should do everything you can to not be black. What
right,
does
and
AJ say?
that's that. Well, like the Kundis Owens, and I personally think Kanye West he has a lot of self hatred. I don't know if it's when his mom's died or what happened, but the motherfucker lost his marbles, and you could definitely see him on some Renfield shit on the ceiling, and he just you know, I mean, so I just feel like we need a reference. Okay, what does AJ Fit say? The
It
black
says black
community.
Black
Go ahead.
black community, you're doing good. Your own kind will rob you. White community, Bob and Brian will have a coffee and a pissing contest to see who's doing better. Now, I think that's a misconception a bit. I see what you're saying, AJ Fit, but the white on white crime occurs way more than we discuss. Okay, they may do it on a corporate tax level, but
But they do.
one of the biggest white on white crimes is America itself, which is what I was saying the other day. Is like I think really, really rich, wealthy white people have committed the greatest crime of all time against poor white people, which is making them think they can never be rich because
Hey,
they're doing everything in their power to make sure that all poor people stay poor. Like
absolutely.
they for the most part, that is the construct of the game. So white on white crime occurs a lot.
Yeah,
You
and
think
and
we're
not
gonna let these hicks into our community? Come on,
not
come
only does
on. They'll
white
be
on white
fucking
crime happen,
moonshining on the golf course before you know it.
white on white crime happens a lot, and not only white on white crime when it comes to that like the white collar crime, but if you look at the most heinous crimes where you find three heads stuck on a golf club and yeah, you know what I'm saying?
We found 7 babies in a blender.
Yeah, like I think that they do more heinous shit to each other. And then if you look in Vegas, the guy that was up in the hotel and was just said, "I don't like country music," and he just started busting on all those
I don't
people.
either, but that's not a reason to shoot
That's
out your
not a
Vegas
reason to
hotel
shoot
room.
people. You're right.
You know,
So if you look at mass shooters, it's mostly white people, even though they go after black people, but they mostly go after just shoot everybody. If you look at serial killers, if you look at some of the most heinous wars, they have been white people against white people, and then they use like in America they use black people so white people feel better about themselves. They go, well, at least I'm not a nigger. That's how they've done it. So I see what you're saying by it was taught, but what we need to do is reform our thought process and not buy into that bullshit at all.
but it's also like systematically we have to have some delivery method, right? To like
Us?
disseminate this information. No, but well, that's not like this has to be a part of education,
Okay.
and I know it won't be, but I'm saying that's why they have these efforts to ban CRT and change the history books and things like that because they really don't ever trust me, Shane. The second you start the Black Righteous Conscious movement and start the meetings in the laundry room again,
Yeah, they already kicked us out last
your
night.
ass is gonna wake up in a dryer, not awake. Kevin Key says, plus they get them to vote against their own interests. I'm just saying these are the white on one crimes that we see, but
Oh no, the White
also AJ,
Walkers were going after white people. If you look at Game of
yeah,
Thrones, It was white people here
they
and the white
they wanted
walkers.
to hang. They wanted to hang Mike Pence too. So that's ain't nothing
They
wrong
did
with
want
that.
to hang Mike Pence. So I know I'm saying
All right,
I'm not negating the shit that they do to each other because they're absolutely like on the heinous scale, they smoke us. But I just feel like some of the images I've seen, some of the stuff that I see, how we act with each other, I want us to start really putting out. If we got to do it slick, put it out there. The narrative of building us up. I want it like I don't know.
we
I've
have,
known
but I mean,
Pedro. Yeah.
but we have to teach. We have to teach African American and African history for us to begin to know who we are, and we don't. And this country's always fought it. And so I'm saying that's why there's this disconnect because niggas still think they niggas and don't understand that they are Africans. You
Okay.
know, Yorubans,
I
Nigerians,
I'm gonna ask you
Ethiopians,
this.
whatever. You know,
We're gonna get a little personal, then we're gonna move on to the next thing. But I want
yeah,
to ask you: have I ever seemed like I didn't want you to succeed? As long as I've known you,
not a one damn time.
not no. I mean seriously. I mean, if
Except
people
that
don't
time.
know.
Okay, I was trying to fuck these three Mexican chicks, like they were fat as hell, and Shang was like, "Brother, don't do that." And I was like, "Hey, man, stop trying to stop me from succeeding." And you
Okay,
were like,
that's
"All
it.
right,"
And
but
the one time where I was sick,
then the next morning I was like, "You was right, dog.
and
She
right, and
succeeded."
I cock blocked him from my being sick. He gave me a drink, and I sat down and I was like, "Oh my god, I don't feel good." And he was over there macking, and he had to
I
check
told you,
on me
dog.
while he was macking. He was like, "Yeah, ladies, I just want you to know my bed is very soft." Hold on a second. Hey, Shane, you all right, man? I'm
Here,
sitting
throw up in this cup. No,
I
but
was, I was not feeling well.
no, but
But
no. Is to answer your question truthfully? No, you've always seemed like you. Not even seemed like you have always worked to help me succeed.
right, I
Absolutely.
just feel like I want us to do
I
it.
try to do the same for you when I
Yeah,
can.
we're trying to do it on a. I want us to do it. I know we spent a little bit more time on the topic, but there was some stuff you wanted to say, stuff I want to say. I just
Yeah.
feel like that needs to be more of our narrative between
Hmm.
us. And I'm not saying that negate white people and white people are evil. I think most white people have a streak of evil. A lot of them have 3 6s somewhere on their body, and
Hush,
yeah,
hush, Damien.
yeah, they definitely. I mean, I'm not saying all white people. I'm saying, but there's the percentage of white people that are condoning the fuckery of racism and criminal injustice. Because I don't want to call it criminal justice because it's not criminal justice. It's criminal injustice because if you look at the disparity in how we get arrested for something and somebody white gets arrested for something and they don't get as much time as us, they don't get as much harsh crime as us. I mean, as treatment as us. The I told you it fucked my head up. This white girl was crazy. Ran from the cops. Cop is chasing her. You see the body cam. He has a sensible conversation where she hits him, she pushes him, she does all this shit, and he lets her go with a warning.
Man,
I
you know what?
I just
Oh,
can't
go
see
ahead.
that happening with a black girl, or I can't see that happening with a black man. We
All
would have
right.
been shot or tased in the streets, and then
And
knee on the neck.
here's why. And this is a through line to something I wanted to talk about
Okay,
today, or just look at. But here's why to everything you just said. Hold on.
Do you
okay.
harbor any racial animus toward African Americans?
Can you rephrase that question, sir?
You know what animus means? Do you have any ill feelings toward African Americans in general?
Ill feelings? I'm not.
I'm sorry?
Can you repeat that question one more time, sir?
Do you have any ill feelings in general against African Americans?
I have feelings for African Americans, sir.
What are your feelings?
They're just human beings, sir.
Did you hear my question, sir? Do you have any ill feelings toward African Americans?
I do, sir.
Okay. Tell me about your feelings.
I grew up in the city of Compton, sir. Mostly male Hispanics, African Americans, so.
This motherfucker.
Well, I'm glad you got that off your fucking chest. Jesus Christ.
Somebody said, ask it in Spanish.
Bro, like what the whole fuck? So just understand he would be a small sample, but not exclusive. That many of our police departments across America are filled with individuals just like this, who may be brown, may be white, maybe yellow, as we call it, right? But aren't black, who police black neighborhoods with these sentiments.
Right.
Who then sit in court and can't answer a simple question like,
So what would
do you
say
have
this-
ill feelings?
What would you say this topic would be
It's like, motherfuckers say what? Motherfuckers say something. That's it. It should, motherfuckers say something. Like, motherfuckers say something. Yeah. Like, nigga. Like,
Let's just put it, motherfucker.
he was feelings. Animus is.
Yeah.
Nigga, this ain't Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Ain't no lifelines, nigga. They're asking you about your feelings,
Do
nigga.
you know what animus means?
What you gonna call your mama? How do I feel about black people?
Well,
Like,
okay, obviously he was trying not to paint himself into a racist fucking corner. And I know
Too
a
late.
lot of it's too late. And a lot of Hispanic people still call us, El Negro, and
that's part of white supremacy as well. I really,
I agree.
Black skin has been bastardized across the globe.
Yeah,
Indians
but like
have
if
a
we
caste
playing pool, like Martin said, if we playing pool, why is it the black ball is the one gets knocked in by the white ball, and the white ball, it's they're trying to take us down. That's the hand you got to do when you're trying to explain to somebody. They're trying to take us down and take us down. But no, that dude was obviously, I think he was mildly like, I don't want to use the R word because we get flagged with that. I still said it. No, man. Okay, AJ Fitz said he was on the streets with a deadly weapon and can only imagine how many brothers he fucked with. A lot. There are gangs. There's gangs of cops that are gangs, straight up gangs. Like, hey, what's up? See, cuz for God. I mean, yeah, it's gangs.
No, LA County Sheriff's Department is notorious for it. But so I and it's funny that we got there kind of organically. Savage AF, fuck your feelings, facts matter. That's what we do. But that clip when you talk about like, well, why do they do black people like this? They being the cops in this instance. Why do the cops let this white girl spit at him, slap him, cuss him out, right, and not do shit to her? A nigga with a bag of Doritos, he's got a gun,
right.
And he ends up with 87 bullets in him, and the other 152 bullets are in some black baby's crib, 2 blocks away.
I'm just
so
when
you ask,
topic.
yeah, one of should have won a Grammy, but got robbed. But yeah, no. When you when we ask, like, well, why do the cops do this? to these people and not this to these. It's that.
Well,
These
right,
cops have a
like
lot of these cops have ill feelings towards black, and that is saying it very light. That's what you ask in court. You know, on the streets, you be like, "Do you hate niggas?" Right? In court, you gotta be like, "Do you have ill feelings towards black people?"
Yeah, exactly.
But
Answer
on
me,
the streets, it's like,
motherfucker.
"Why you hate niggas?
Answer me right now, motherfucker. Like,
You light skinned, brown skinned motherfucker. Why you hate niggas?"
what is hate mean? He turned into Tucker Carlson. I mean, what does hate mean? What is
What
really
is right? He was like, "Animus?
animus?
I don't know if I know that."
What is that word? I thought that was relative to the aardvark. The animus.
Shangri-La. I just looked at the clock. It's 4:03 Pacific Standard
Oh
Time.
damn, we went because
I got a break, man.
I know, but
But
you know what?
if you want to, if you got something you want to end the show with, let me know.
We're gonna end it now.
Sorry.
Sam JF,
I
check
just
this
like-
out, y'all. Check this out, y'all. Thank y'all for subscribing to the channel. Thank y'all for checking out the channel. Also, I will be promoting the show on my Twitter. I am back on Twitter.
He's back.
Comedian
Guess who's
Chang.
Zach?
I've already said some wild shit, so I'll see how far.
Grand opening, grand closing.
Closing, exactly. But so I want to let you know. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at Comedian Shang, and we will be in Brea, California. If you got a chance, if you want free tickets, if you want
4. That's not 4. Shit. 4/2.
4/2.
April 2nd, yo.
Yeah, I accidentally deleted the.
Oh shit, the flyer.
No, but I'll put it back up. Look, but we'll be in Brea, California at the Improv. If you want to get free passes, April 2nd at 7 p.m. Inbox myself at Comedian Shang or at Black Pedro, and we'll get you free tickets to come check us out at the Brea Improv. Very lovely club. It's going to be a good time. Make sure you check it out.
Lovely.
Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're about to get up out of here. We'll be back 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow. Make sure you check us tomorrow. I don't know how to do that in sign language.
Yeah.
but how about this? I see you tomorrow. All right. So we out of here, and make sure you give them the rule. You got to give them the rule before we get up out of here.
Stay black.
Yeah.
If you are.
Yeah.
Don't be black if you're not. Just do the white thing.
Yeah.
Keep your finger out your nose, man.
Yeah,
it's just
stop
like
that.
not where it goes.
Yeah, no, it's not where it goes. It goes other places.
I know it fits, but it ain't the shits.
Don't do that. We'll see you tomorrow. Deuces.